In today's video, I will be discussing the influence of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and its mechanics, dynamics, and aesthetics. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is arguably one of the best Call of Duty games ever made, and it's largely due to its mechanics, dynamics, and aesthetics. Modern Warfare 2 is part of Infinity Ward's Modern Warfare franchise and was released 2 years after the original Modern Warfare on November 10, 2009. The game is rated M for mature and its target audience would be 17 to 25-year-old males. However, it must be mentioned that people ages 9 through 16 make up a large portion of its players. Just listen to this. Modern Warfare 2 is a first-person shooter just like all of the other Call of Duty games. The original Call of Duty was meant to compete with Medal of Honor Allied Assault, which was released on January 22, 2002. You can already see the similarities in gameplay, but how come Call of Duty is still a AAA franchise while Medal of Honor is dead? I'll start with the aesthetics of Call of Duty, more specifically Modern Warfare 2, since it's most people's favorite, including my own. Modern Warfare 2 is set in 2009 and continues the story of Modern Warfare. In MW2, you are a soldier in the midst of World War III. Missions take place from war-torn Washington, suburban neighborhoods, snow-covered mountains, airports, Rio de Janeiro, and Afghanistan. There's a little bit of style for anyone all over, and in context, there weren't many first-person shooters that offered these diverse settings, let alone in such great detail. In multiplayer, you play iterations of these settings in small, medium, or large closed maps. And now that I'm on the topic of multiplayer, after all, this is what Call of Duty, especially Modern Warfare 2, is known for. I'll discuss its core mechanics and dynamics. If you don't know, mechanics and dynamics are what dictate gameplay styles in games. Modern Warfare 2 and Call of Duty as a whole is known for having some of the most fun mechanics in a first-person shooter. While there is a very obvious correct way to play, there are a lot of examples of queer play within Call of Duty that stray away from the way developers intended the game to be played. One of the core mechanics in Call of Duty is crouching, proning, jumping, grabbing on and pulling up, and running. These may sound like simple mechanics by today's standards, but not a lot of FPS shooters offer this diverse amount of action. This leads to a great degree of different game dynamics which lead to different gameplay styles. For example, the close quarters map can often seem a lot more fast-paced and action-packed because people are able to jump shot and drop shot. It makes it a lot more dynamic than people just going in straight lines. On medium to bigger maps, it can also change the dynamic as people may camp and stay prone on sightlines. These simple mechanics have led to some of the most fun dynamic play that the developers didn't even think were possible. These forms of gameplay could be considered queer play, as contextually, they emerge late into the game's lifespan. I mention this only because people often get bored after about 6 months of Call of Duty's release each year, and often struggle to find new ways to play. These forms of gameplay may seem odd when compared to a trailer of the game. However, from experience, they are just as fun, or if not more fun than playing the game the way it was intended. The queer gameplay style I will focus on is called Michael Myers. This is usually done in a private match, however it can be done in public free-for-all matches if everyone cooperates. The rules are simple. One person starts out with a knife, and we call him Michael Myers, while everyone else is not allowed to shoot or kill. Michael Myers has to try to kill off the whole team and be the last man standing. I used to play it where you were the one killed, and then you turned into Michael Myers, and by the end of the game, there'd be 5 or 6 so Michael Myers ganging up on one person, but I couldn't find any clips of that. I have great memories of playing this gameplay style years after the game got old. Call of Duty still continues to evolve its mechanics and dynamics, such as jump boosting and sliding and dolphin diving. While this is just one little peek at Modern Warfare 2, there's lots more to be mentioned when it comes to the success of this game and the Call of Duty franchise. This is my short MDA analysis. Thanks for watching. I hope you got to learn something new today.